Officer Bowles.
Hey, before this video begins, I'm on Spotify now.
Want a break from the ads? If you tap now.
So if you want to watch my videos while you sleep but don't want to use YouTube, or if you want to hear me scream in your ear while you go grocery shopping, then I'm right here on Spotify. That way I can make more money from you. And with the money, I will be slaughtering Joe Rogan live on camera. Anyway, so yeah, a new way to watch me unlocked. Batman Arkham Asylum. Okay, listen, man. There are video games. Sometimes those games are good. Other times they're not very good. There are also licensed games. And like video games, there are some good licensed games, and there are also bad licensed games.
This block is in the way. We have to move it to reach the magical gate. Try it now. Press this. Excelente!
See how there's no windows on the side? And see underneath where there's like a pod thing?
And then there's a game like Batman Arkham Asylum. A game that changed the game, in fact. A truly brilliant masterclass in everything it sets out to do. Almost everything. Looking back, this game is kind of fucking insane. You see, at the time, Batman was notoriously a property with bad video games. To quote world-renowned critic James D. Wolfe in his essay titled Batman Part 2,
I'm gonna shove these fucking games up your ass! Batman Revenge of the Joker!
Some nights I stay
on top of that, the studio of Rocksteady made one game before it. A game called Urban Chaos Riot Response. A game about police brutality. It's fun, but it's not really a game that's notable. And it sure as fuck don't look like no Batman game. And again, up until this point, nobody could make a good Batman game. Like, if I told you that at some point, the studio who made Splinter Cell were making a Batman game, you'd be like, oh shit, this game is gonna be fucking awesome.
Better grab this now.
And this is, you know, why I have trust issues. Batman Arkham Asylum shouldn't have been good. Nobody expected it to be good, let alone one of the greatest games ever made. And yet here we are, almost 17 years later. We went from user Wolverine Factor on GameFAQs saying, has there ever been a good Batman game, to r/Batman Arkham posting a Batman toilet because they don't make good Batman games anymore. I have a very big personal connection to the Batman Arkham games. Arkham Asylum was one of the first T-rated games I was allowed to play, which to 11-year-old me was a pretty big fucking deal. I was a man. It was also one of the first Xbox 360 games I ever played. I wouldn't have gotten an Xbox 360 if it weren't for Sonic Generations not getting a Wii port. By day, I was reading Archie Sonic love triangles written by Israel's finest writers. But by night, I was growing up. I was playing the Bourne Conspiracy. What the? Who is that? That's not Matt Damon!
Jason Bourne was the greatest Israeli soldier.
Yeah, Vivzy Pop, get me Baby No Money on the phone. Remember, Jason, a Sonic the Hedgehog writer's coming to your door. Got it covered. Oh shit, that must be him. But even alongside that, Batman Arkham Asylum just felt like something else. The first time I could love a truly great game with an incredible atmosphere, an engaging story, great gameplay, all wrapped up in the mythos of my favorite superhero Batman. But this wasn't any pussy Lego Batman shit. No, this was Batman Toilet. You see, there are three things that make... Who the fuck put this here? Delete that.
What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to unlock Batman in Batman Arkham Asylum. So, first thing you got to do is press start. Thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful, be sure to leave a like and subscribe.
I think what makes Batman Arkham Asylum so good can be separated into three separate pillars. First off, storytelling and atmosphere. Yeah. You know how I said earlier that Arkham Asylum had an engaging story? Yeah, well, I kinda lied because the story really isn't that complicated, to be honest. I'm not kidding, you can literally summarize it in 3 sentences. The Joker takes over Arkham Asylum and frees a bunch of Batman bad guys. He also has access to Bane's Titan formula, so Batman stops him. And that's the narrative. That's the whole story. Here's the thing, though. A simple story does not mean a bad story. In fact, Arkham Asylum's storytelling is pretty great. The setup may be incredibly simple, but it's also a phenomenal framing device. When I was a kid, yeah, I knew Batman was gonna win by the end, but it's the world Arkham Asylum builds that makes the game so engaging. You can just smell the history this whole place has, and get freaked out when things aren't exactly right. From great environmental storytelling to very tasteful cameos and Easter eggs, to Bioshock-like audio tapes about Batman's rogues gallery you find in the game, it feels like a properly lived-in Batman world, but also one with its own identity. And you can really see this in the villains themselves in the game. I just adore the Arkham versions of these villains, in this game at least. Mark Hamill's Joker is Mark Hamill's Joker. Like his character in the animated series, the Joker is very colorful and expressive in Arkham Asylum. But because this is also a kind of edgy T-rated game for manly gamers, the Joker is also allowed to be genuinely twisted. But unlike modern day shock value Joker, the Joker in Arkham Asylum is actually funny.
Tell me, Bats, what are you really scared of? Failing to save this cesspool of a city? Not finding the commissioner in time? Me? In a thong?
In fact, when the comics do the whole, like, peeling off faces of shock value shit, I don't find it scary. While in Arkham Asylum, just having the Joker locked up in this chair joking like nothing is happening, I personally think is much creepier. Because again, it shows us how detached from reality he really is.
Sharpie loves his cameras. Hey, Sharpie, you getting my good side? Ah, but heck, they're all good, aren't they?
I want him securely locked away this time.
Look at all this new security. How's the guy supposed to break out of here?
Harley Quinn is also one of the last remnants of classic Harley Quinn before the girl bossoning incident, and also one of the last performances from the late Arlene Sorkin, who through her voice practically invented the character. It is a bit bittersweet playing this game again knowing she passed away in 2023, because by all means, this was Harley Quinn.
I'm now subbing for the old man. Old Sharpie's never been happier.
Sorkin would, not long after, retire from acting entirely, and in the rest of the Arkham games, Tara Strong would replace her, who would go from, hey, this is actually a really good performance, to, I want to fucking kill myself.
Here's Holly! That was too easy. Silly black people.
As for the rest of the villains, there's Killer Croc, who is absolutely fucking terrifying. Like, think about it. I'm 11 years old, right? I'm growing up on Lego Killer Croc here. And because it's 2011, the big thing is the more realistic, the better. Thank you, Christopher Nolan.
Also, a message from our sponsor. If you love Yo Mama content, be sure to subscribe to the Yo Mama YouTube channel.
So what the fuck are you gonna do with this goofy goddamn crocodile man?
I've got your scent, Batman. I will hunt you down.
Get that animal under control!
There's also Poison Ivy, who truly feels distant from human beings, and from the moment you meet her, makes the game 10 times more annoying. Fuck you, Poison Ivy, I hate you. I will not be buying your Gooner Fortnite skin. You know what, fuck it.
I sat down, crusted my neck.
I think I died and went to hell.
Beautiful night out in Gotham. You could get away with virtually anything right now because no one's around. It's fucking fantastic.
You know, that better not be Arkham Batman, bro. You also can't forget Victor Zsasz, a guy who's known for being in Batman Arkham Asylum and nothing else. You also can't forget the Riddler. I wish I could in the subsequent games, but you know. Now, Riddler isn't actually in Arkham Asylum. Instead, he taunts you over the radio and gives you a bunch of riddles and challenges and Riddler trophies.
Can you hear that, detective? It's the sound of me clapping at your success.
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
Now, first of all, I love how the Riddler is just one big chud in this game. The fact he's this little pretentious douchebag just makes stopping him so much more satisfying.
That one was impossible to solve. How did you do it?
And he gets more and more mad the more you solve his little stupid-ass riddles and puzzles.
Tell me, how did you work out where I was? Do you hear me? I, Edward Nigma,
We'll never know, will we?
On top of that, though, I actually do like the Riddler trophies and the riddles in this game a lot. It incentivizes exploration and really searching every nook and cranny, and allows the Easter eggs of the game to be something you actively engage with as well. Now, this is awesome until Rocksteady goes overboard with this in the subsequent games. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, Bane's in the game, but he's kind of just a plot device, so he's kind of the weakest out of all of them. And of course, I gotta talk about the Scarecrow in this game. Easily the best villain in the whole fucking game, and probably my favorite version of Scarecrow, period. He appears 3 times in Arkham Asylum and absolutely steals the show each time. The first time is in the medical center, where you're very heavily set up for it.
Me in a thong?
Batman toilet. To a bunch of people getting spookily scared by Dr. Crane. Yeah, okay, this shit is not subtle at all. But then, under the effects of fear toxin, Batman starts hallucinating. From the death of Commissioner Gordon to a bunch of crumbling walls and roaches. Then you walk into this morgue and hear a bunch of whispering voices telling you to get out. Get out of here. So you leave the room and enter into the same room! But now there are 3 body bags on 3 separate tables. 2 of them with Batman's dead parents scolding him, and then the 3rd with a Scarecrow jump scaring you. Which then initiates this very trippy stealth sequence, where you gotta stealth your way past the Scarecrow's gaze and use the bat signal to take him down. It's already a great and atmospheric sequence, and yet believe it or not, it's the weakest one, because they just get it better from here. The second Scarecrow sequence happens at the Arkham Mansion, where at some point after the Harley Quinn hard comic gasses on you, you walk down this long hallway that you've been down before, but it's even longer now. And slowly it transitions to Batman reliving his parents' death in Crime Alley. This is already a great way of building onto Batman's character without retreading old ground, and it gives the second Scarecrow encounter a little bit more catharsis, as in a way you're taking on Batman's trauma head on. But then there's the 3rd one, and easily the best one, where you're just minding your own business, then suddenly...
Did anyone catch the game last night?
Now listen, okay? I was 11 years old, and 11-year-olds are kinda stupid. However, I was also growing up on Mudahar Sonic.exe playthroughs.
So Sonic, my love. And so he kisses her, it cuts to this.
This is the most daring portrayal of Don Giovanni I've ever seen.
Don Giovanni? Who's that dude?
But I was like, okay, you know, this shit obviously is not real. There's no such thing as a haunted video game. And the fourth wall breaks like this were just not really a thing to me at the time. So to say this part was a kind of shocking would be an understatement. This scene freaked me the fuck out so badly. I almost sold my copy of Arkham Asylum because I thought it was broken. It wasn't until school the next day when I was told by my friends that, oh yeah, that's a Scarecrow part of the game. At the time, I never really experienced a fourth wall break on this magnitude before. And even now, it's still the fucking freaky. The game then transitions to a repeat of the Arkham Asylum intro, where now you play as the Joker and Batman's the insane one. And I think having these nightmare missions in this order is a really great way of characterizing Batman secretly. The first two nightmares show you that Batman is scared of letting down his dead parents, and the trauma still exists within him deep down. But this, the third hallucination, shows us something else. What Batman is truly afraid of is losing his mind and becoming just another product of the underworld he swore to fight against. So this final encounter is both a great horror and also a great video gamey characterization. And that's why arguably the Scarecrow is the best part of this game. All three moments absolutely land an impact on you, and they make a Jonathan Crane pretty fucking scary. And by using all these villains effectively, Arkham Asylum is a game that gets fan service right, as the fan service of seeing all these villains kind of come after you is the driving force of the plot. You have no idea what villain is next or what they'll be like in this universe, or how you, as Batman, will take them down. The Arkham games in general do this amazingly, except for that one, and no other superhero game really gets this to this degree, I feel. Especially Insomniac, like, what the fuck was this? The second good thing about Arkham Asylum, fun and immersive gameplay. This is very important. You see, some of you game designers don't really get this down. The Guardians of the Galaxy game, great game, amazing story. I fucking hate playing it. What is this cluttered garbage of a gameplay system? This sucks. A part of why Marvel's Avengers didn't catch on is because I don't feel like I'm playing as any of these guys. I feel like I'm playing some shitty 15-year-old's Unreal Engine tech demo. Same for Gotham Knights, it's chip away the health bar gameplay. Like, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. To quote IGN, this game makes me feel like Batman.
Arkham Asylum makes you feel like you're Batman.
The exaggerated swagger.
And that's what Arkham Asylum does, from using gadgets in combat and stealth, to hiding in the shadows and grappling to gargoyles, to using detective mode maybe a little too much in the game, to fighting 15 goons at once with your bare hands. This is what Batman does. So every choice comes down to, how do we make a Batman game that's both immersive and fun to play? The best choice comes down to the creation of the greatest combat system known to man. The free flow combat system is fucking great. Now on the surface, yeah, the combat is simple. It's just a punch button and a counter button. But it's also jumping from enemy to enemy, utilizing your gadgets. Some enemies hold weapons, forcing you to change your strategy up. And most importantly, you have this thing called, a combo meter. And the higher that combo meter is, the better you will fight in the game. Arkham Asylum's combat is like a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, where sure, it's easy to learn, but mastering it, that's a whole different story. 12 years ago, Donkey dropped a video called Arkham City Sucks, where he claims the combat isn't engaging. This is followed by him just pressing the Y button over and over again.
I wouldn't mind that Batman jumps around like a total asshole if the combat was actually engaging in any way whatsoever.
Well, maybe if you engaged with it, we wouldn't actually be here. It's not just Donkey either. I've seen multiple people try and gaslight me into thinking the Arkham games aren't good combat systems.
You can just do what the fuck, because you know your guy is always going to get it.
Motherfucker, you are getting your ass pounded right here in this footage.
It's combat for children. It's combat for, I'm not going to say retards.
Whoa, whoa, that's Norm Macdonald's bit, dude. What the fuck?
There used to be a word we would all say to mean stupid that we don't say anymore, right? Yeah. You know the word I'm talking about? What are you, Down syndrome?
The combat revolves around combos. You have to learn the combos, BBBBY or whatever.
Which famously did not exist in the PS2 era. This guy then brings up Jedi Outcast, which, okay, yeah, that is a good combat system. But first of all, I don't think a swordplay-based combat system would work for a Batman. And secondly, are we gonna pretend that games like a Jedi Outcast weren't the exception? And that right before this, there weren't a billion whacking things with a stick type games?
I demonstrated this very well in Batman, where I was surrounded by 6 or 7 enemies.
I feel like there's a group of contrarian people that just write off this whole combat system and refuse to actively engage with it, so as a result, they're just extremely dense. But if you actually choose to engage with the combat system, or ranking up those numbers higher, jumping from enemy to enemy, using your gadgets effectively, using special takedown moves for crowd control, again, it's like a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Yeah, it's simple, but the challenge comes from maintaining your combos. And it's so satisfying once you get that zen state, you know what I mean? Even now, Asylum's combat just feels smooth as butter. And a lot of the jank is really only there because of future games would iterate on it. It's even more apparent when you compare the Arkham clones that have also come out, and where the good ones will either keep the fluidity or add something kind of new to the table, the bad ones will feel stiffer than a grandma's walking stick, lacking the flow, rhythm, or depth of the, free flow combat system. Immersion and flow then also extend over into the stealth system of Arkham Asylum, which again relies on you being in the dark and tricking your enemies and using gadgets. It might be simplified compared to its contemporaries, but in my opinion, for Batman, that's more than okay. Because the core stealth fantasy here is still a lot of fun. And the best part about the stealth and the combat is that even though they are very much streamlined, there's still a lot of depth and a pretty surprising amount of freedom to them. And this freedom would only get even better as the Arkham games went on, further refining both systems of these games. And then one day, Warner Brothers just stopped using it. The third pillar of Arkham Asylum is structure, because Arkham Asylum is just, in general, a very well-structured game. This comes down to two main facts. 1. Batman Arkham Asylum is a Metroidvania. It features a tight, explorable world with gadgets that unlock new paths over time. It's also probably the only true 3D Metroidvania game that I know of that isn't a first-person shooter, which is impressive as that it couldn't have been easy at all. This allows Arkham Asylum to have all the hallmarks of a Metroidvania, from atmospheric exploration to the feeling of just leveling up your character over time. The genre just lends itself to good structure. But more importantly, when it comes to structure, I think Batman Arkham Asylum is something else. The game, and I mean this as a compliment, is one big Metal Gear Solid ripoff. You have one big giant interconnected island place, and said island is taken over by a bunch of dangerous comic book villains. You use explosive gadgets to blow up secret walls. Both games are stealth games with very simplified and streamlined mechanics that don't take away from the tension or the fantasy of being a stealth master. Both games include codec calls, albeit in Batman you can't just call up Oracle at any time.
Oracle, is there a way to take off my pants?
There's literally a bad guy in the game who breaks the fourth wall. Batman Arkham Asylum is a Metal Gear Solid knockoff, and that's a good thing, because not only is it taking the structure properly from an already amazingly structured game, but it's also innovating on it, doing its own things with it. And most importantly, it's just a perfect fit for Batman. It's kind of ironic how, again, so many games would rip off Batman Arkham Asylum, and yet a Batman Arkham Asylum itself is a kind of a ripoff, but it's a really great one, because more than anything, Arkham Asylum understands structure, and how to refine and iterate on said structure. As a result, Arkham Asylum is just a perfectly paced game. The whole thing just flows together so well, with very little in the realm of bullshit moments. So the lesson here is, if you want to make a good video game, rip people off. There are, however, a number of things Arkham Asylum doesn't understand, which brings us to the fourth section, which is things Arkham Asylum does not do really well at all. For one thing, the enemy variety is pretty lacking. There are like 4 enemies in the whole game, and once you see all these enemies, you really have just seen them all. Secondly, aside from Scarecrow, a lot of these actual bosses suck ass. The Bane boss fight is fine, I guess, at first, until the game reuses the Titan goons, and it's the Bane boss fight again, reused multiple times over the game, to the point where it just isn't really fun at all. Killer Croc's fight, meanwhile, is very long and very drawn out. It would have been much better if slowly walking towards the planets lasted only like a few minutes, but when Killer Croc jumps out at me for the 18th billionth time, it becomes more annoying and frustrating than scary or whatever. And the final boss fight against a big old muscle steroids Joker, yeah, it's laughably bad, being the comically easiest boss fight in the game, even though it's the final one. Most of the fight is you fighting other villains while he just waits in the corner up here. It's not a good boss fight at all, and very anticlimactic for a final showdown. But other than that, Arkham Asylum is otherwise still an absolute masterpiece. Arkham Asylum is one of the greatest games ever made, and one of the best superhero games ever made. And for very good reason. The game is above and beyond. From great atmosphere to great gameplay to its amazing structure, Arkham Asylum is still great and still holds up. And honestly, a lot of the reason it sometimes doesn't is because Rocksteady would then go on to make the actual best superhero game. So while the unrefinements are noticeable, it's not really fair to shit on Asylum for them, because at the time, this was a fully refined game. We didn't know City would come out, but apparently Rocksteady already did. They knew what kind of banger they cooked up here. And we know this because there is, not kidding here, a secret Easter egg that teases Arkham City that nobody knew about for like half a year. If that doesn't show you how just confident Rocksteady was in this thing, I don't know what does. There's so much else that I haven't talked about in this video either, like Kevin Conroy, rest in peace, man, the best Batman voice actor ever. Although, like, what could I say about him? Like, this is a Batman.
Radio claims he's planted bombs all over Gotham. Gotham will panic. You're needed there.
We're ready to go now, sir.
Bane called Dr. Young Bruja. What does it mean?
It's Spanish for witch.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Of course, since Asylum, the Arkham games would go on to have their own legacy, with Israel's finest writers eventually coming up with a Batman Arkham Knight. So yeah, that's my big video on Arkham Asylum, Batman Toilet.
fire truck. It starts with F and it ends with up. So whenever you're in trouble or out of luck, you no longer have to exclaim, oh, hey, look at that, they just beat me. Instead say fire truck, it's so easy. And I'd like to take a moment, just sit right there. I'll tell you how you can't say fire truck anywhere.
Stub your toe.
Fire truck. Lose your cash.
Fire truck. You're naked and your parents come home.
Fire truck. Fail your class.
Fire truck. Scratch your ass. Fire truck.
Clip your nails too short and it hurts.
Fire truck. Crap your pants.
Fire truck. Bite your tongue.
Fire truck. No one shows up to your party.
Fire truck. Red ring of death.
Fire truck. Forget to breathe. Fire truck.
Found out your mom is your dad.
Fire truck. Say fire truck every chance you see. It's even more fun when it gets bleak. Say it with me now, don't make this suck. Fuck.
Whoa, man, did you just say f***?
No, man, I just said fire truck.
But when you bleep it, it says fuck.
Who cares, man? We're saying fire truck. Lose your teeth.
Fire truck. iPhone bill.
Fire truck. Jonas Brothers stuck in your head.
Fire truck. Crash your car.
Fire truck. Until you're done.
He is the greatest Israeli soldier. 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 He is the greatest Israeli soldier.
The flame straight up. Odysseus, yeah, he want to war. Been about 10 years since he went to war. Pissed off for silent, we be making storms. We had to sneak in with atrocious